Okay, so I'm here talking with Dave Solba and Drew Davidson. We're talking about head-mounted displays. And I was kind of stepping out there with my prediction that by Christmas 2018, I believe that 10 million virtual reality headsets will have been sold into the consumer marketplace. And then we started talking about other... Dave fell otherwise. Can you talk about that, Dave?
So I believe that VR as an idea, putting a headset on your face, is not going to catch by then. That the fundamental concept needs to shift if we want it to happen. I think.
Like shift how? How do you think you mean?
So I think head tracking is compelling. I think controlling a scene in a space with your head is interesting.
Yeah.
I like the idea of it being a first-person view, but I think the fact that it shuts, basically the inconvenience of it, the fact that it shuts out everything else, that it's hard to switch between, it's hard to go between modes, it's hard to communicate with other people, the conveniences of turning on and off and getting in and out means it's going to stay sort of a directed sort of niche experience. And for it to become an experience where, it's you engage with it in your free time or you engage with it casually, to sort of hit where consoles hit in the living room, sort of turn on and play, not this appointment, I'm going to go deep for 2 hours. It's got to shift. And I don't think the form factor as it is, goggles on the face, shut the world out, has that reach.
Right. And I guess my argument is World of Warcraft, which is not the console market, which is the niche market, and it has that reach.
And I'm curious, and this is where the idea is. I'm curious, and I was thinking, consoles, the multiplayer really is networked. It's not in, Nintendo's push on 4 people in the same room, hits a certain market, but man, the mass market is definitely one person, one screen, communicate with your friends. And I'm not super in touch with that space. I don't play multiplayer games, but I still think that the pick up and play and the access to the world outside your view is still going to be fundamental to that experience. That World of Warcraft is about talking to your friends, but it's not about tunnel vision. That, extra monitors or, honestly, eating and engaging with the space around you while you're doing it.
True. Really hard to eat in an HMD.
I mean, honestly, they market snacks to people who play World of Warcraft. And I think that there is a sort of peripheral activity that goes on with the screen that's going to be fundamental to it.
I'm imagining some kind of Oculus snack delivery system. I think this may be a thing.
The beer helmet. there's certainly technology that might need to be resurrected along with the VR helmet.
Yeah. Drew, you got opinions, predictions in this space?
I lean towards more like Dave, although with a caveat. I was shocked. I just got a TV that happened to come with smart television, 3D. And for me, initially, I was like, whatever. But my wife and I decided to test the 3D, and we were shocked by how good it was. So there was something where it's like, oh my God, we enjoyed it better than we have ever have in a theater.
Right, so that's for 3D TV.
Yeah.
But 3D TV is basically dying.
Yeah, I know. So it seems so niche, and that was not why I bought the television. The television was just, whatever. As
it related, I was actually I was thinking one of the killer apps for 3D TV was going to be console games. That if it was going to catch,
I believe that too.
Call of Duty on a 3D TV was going to be one of those plays because it's single screen, one player at a time, and man, it just
It was and I was totally down on the whole thing, but I was shocked by how good it was.
Yeah.
Compared to going to a movie theater.
And it's interesting when you look at how successful the 3DS has been, because the 3DS has been really
interesting question
successful.
Are they going to continue with 3D moving forward?
I have my belief, and again, this is based on nothing and no information, is that Nintendo's going to do a VR headset because 3D has been good for them. They've shown that 3D can work and can be popular. And then you look at, I guess when I look at the Wii U, I see the Wii U as a baby step toward a living room headset.
They're doing Magic Lens move in space things.
Although they do very little of that, honestly.
The potential is sort of there.
The potential's there, but the reality is.
I'd be really curious on the 3DS. I don't know if Nintendo actually can gather the stats, but I want to know how many sliders, where everyone's slider is these days on the 3D effect.
Oh, good question. That's
if I had, like built that hardware, I would want one piece of telemetry,
yeah.
and that's where that slider is reporting home.
Well,
like gathering that stat.
The fact that they made the 2DS is an interesting.
Yes.
is an interesting thing. Okay, thank you, gentlemen.